Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, okay. All right, everybody. Hey, we would like to welcome everyone to this call this evening. My name is Clarence Wiley. I reside here in Little Rock, Arkansas. I had the pleasure of meeting a young man that's going to be giving us this sauce tonight a few years ago, and he's such an amazing individual. And I was actually scrolling online and bumped into him again, and I saw he was doing something. This man has always stayed active. He's always kept himself relevant, and I always saw he was doing things to help other people. You know, he has a kind heart, and I know personally that this guy is who he says he is. I have about 7 years of experience in trading, but even still, to be able to be mentored by an individual like this young man that's coming up here in just a few moments, man, it's actually a blessing. So, without further ado, I'd like to introduce everyone to the man of the hour, Mr. Nes Vasquez.
Wow, that was perfect. Thank you so much, y'all. It's always an honor and a pleasure to get up on here and be able to share, what is it that we do? Because I will say this, trading is a different, thing for most people. Most people don't go to school and dream of becoming a day trader or any of that. But I tell you, for me, I worked in the TV and film industry as a production assistant. That's how I started off. It's what I went to school for. Got my internship. Started doing production work. So I basically was not. I wasn't an actor, but I was one of the workers on the set. So whether video department needed me, camera department, audio, whatever it is, or even if I'm working with the producers in the production office or working in the art departments and different, TV and film projects, commercials, documentaries, independence, whatever it is, whatever the project is. I've always done something different. I learned so much. I've met so many different celebrities, so many different amazing people, the people behind the famous people. It was a wonderful thing for me to experience. I think one of my most exciting shows that I worked on was on Gossip Girl, just kind of seeing how things go down behind the scenes, between Central Park and Fifth Avenue, and then bringing it back to Silver Cup Studio in Queens. It was a crazy experience, and that was one of my smaller projects. Working on live TV shows like X Factor or even Wendy Williams on the Wendy Williams show as a stand-in. It was is always an incredible experience. But in New York, you have your seasons in production that's slow. So in the wintertime and also in the summertime, sometimes it gets really slow. And the majority of the work is in the West Coast, is in California. And so in a slow season, you gotta kind of pick up something to hold you down for the slow season. And I remember it was in one of these slow seasons that a friend of mine came to me and said, "Hey, do you know how to trade? Are you interested in learning how to trade stocks?" And that's literally how it started. So I was like, "Nah, I don't know how to trade stocks, but I'm down to learn." I mean, what do I got to lose? I'm sitting on some money that I saved from all the production work, but that's really all I'm doing, to hold it down. But I would love to learn the skill set of putting my money to work for me for sure. So I started to learn how to trade stocks and stock options. How many of you are familiar with stock or stock options? Type 555 in the chat if you're familiar with people who are day trading stocks and stock options, or if you know people that that are day trading stock options. I know that's very very common among a lot of individuals that are starting off with trading. They usually start off with stock options, and so that's how I started off. Now my thing was I had an international following, and I wanted my people from across the world to really be able to plug and play into what I was doing. Unfortunately, not everyone has the privilege to be able to trade American stocks. And so the company that I was learning from, shout out to WG, shout out to Annette Rayner. I was learning from some real OG Wall Street, individuals, and their concept was bringing Wall Street to all streets. This is before I got involved in IM. And so I said, okay, well, this is different. Let me learn this. Eventually, they got into Forex. Forex was really exciting because I was able to plug in my international following to it. And with that said, it was kind of an explosion in the beginning. It started off very light, started off with little profits. I was baffled at how easy it was. You could literally start an account with $100 and be able to, be profitable, fairly quickly, same day. Stock options, obviously, well, the way how stock options work is you need to be able to have the capital on hand. So if you wanted to trade, right, you would need to have the equivalent of 100 shares of whatever it was that you're trading. At the time, I was using Options House, and so like the minimum funded account was like $2,000. So it was a huge difference, to start with $100 as a forex trader as opposed to $2,000 using Options House as the broker for stock options. And so when I just saw that, I said, look, I could get a lot more people into trading through Forex rather than stocks and stock options. And so I doubled down on Forex and then started really slow like everyone else. The people around me, I gotta shout out all the individuals that were around me at the time. They were making money all around me. And these are individuals that I was plugging, really into the system. And I was learning from the individuals that I was putting on. And a few individuals made six figures, seven figures, as traders. And these were people that I introduced. I introduced them to trading. And so things were happening and it was happening fast. And it was like kind of hard to grasp to keep up. But I knew one thing. I knew consistency is what wins over time. And so I kept going at my slow pace, and eventually, with consistency, started to bring that momentum that I needed, those consistent results over time. And lo and behold, after about a year or so, I became so good at identifying entry points for buys and sells, and making money on my own, hundreds of bucks, thousands of dollars in a single night. And it was over by 2017. At 2017, I would say it was really volatile. By the ending of 2018, last quarter of 2018 was absolutely epic. I think that build up for about 3 years before that, it was definitely paying off by 2018. In the beginning of 2019, I crossed my first million as a trader. So everyone type seven in the chat for seven figures. 777 in the chat. If that is one of your goals, maybe you just want to hit 100 racks. Maybe you just want to make an extra, 10 bands for the year. I mean, whatever it is, type 777 in the chat. If you know that there's people that is not really as smart as you that are actually doing their thing, type 777 in the chat. I mean, that's literally one of the biggest motivating factors for me. One of the individuals that I was around, to me, was a bit of a goof, right? He was a goofy, but the dude was making money. He was goofy, but he was making a killing. And in my mind, I was like, yo, if this guy, out of all people, if this guy, this goofy guy, jumping around all the time, if this goof, right, could make a bag, then I could kill this. So it's kind of funny because, usually you have someone that says, oh, I want to plug into my mentor. I want to plug into my mentor who's done all these great things or whatever. So most people want to plug into a mentor, while me, I was plugging into people that I was like, what? If he could do it, I could do it. I developed that me too factor. I'm like, all right, look, if he could do it, I could do it. I'm gonna learn from the guy, and I'm gonna take it from there. And that was kind of my approach. So it's definitely imperfect, right? Like going about a different path in your life, it's not going to be perfect. The stars are not going to all align for you. It's going to be like an imperfect scenario. And as long as you get excited, I think that's the biggest one. Pay attention, stay excited, never quit. It's one of the things Marcus said it taught me, OG in the game. And even when it comes to trading, that mentality, pay attention, stay excited, never quit, really got me over. It took me to a whole, other level. All right, let me do a quick sound check. Type one in the chat if you can hear me. I believe that someone may have some sound issues. All right, everyone can hear me. All right, so if everyone can hear me, you definitely gotta check your sound system. All right, cool. All right, cool. So, all right, let's get to it because I know some of you are just like eager. You want to, you can't wait no more. Let's get right to it. Okay. So I developed a platform called the Mind on Billions Pro System. So Mind on Billions is kind of it's a double entendre because not only are we gunning for making billies, I mean, why not, right? Like if other individuals could do it, why can't we, right? But the other thing is impacting a billion lives worldwide. So that double entendre, that double meaning, double, triple meaning. I mean, I could break it all down. MOB, Moguls Once Broke, Mine on Billions. I have so many different acronyms for MOB. And I used to be a soldier in the United States Army. And one of the things that really captivated me was learning all types of different acronyms. And I kind of became obsessed with acronyms. So when I, created my brand, oh my gosh, it took me months. I had MOB written in whiteboards with all kinds of different acronyms that will go with it. It was insane. But really our mindset is on impacting a billion lives, even if it's just helping an individual put their money to work for them, even in a small way. Look, a win is a win, a profit is a profit, a plus situation is a plus situation. All right. So I made my come for trading, blah, blah, blah. All right, let's get to it. Okay, so I have my charts already ready. I developed these charts. I have my good friend programmer. I call him the architect. He basically took my idea and brought it to life. All I really wanted was just a simple chart widget with alerts that are pumping out with hidden strategies behind the scenes. Because on the programming side, there's a different code in the programming as opposed to what you see in the surface with generic indicators and drawing tools on these charts. So basically, the whole game is supply and demand. Okay, what goes up must come down. Okay, point blank period. What goes down must come up eventually, and that's how it is. The market moves in cycles, just like most things in life, just like the real estate market, right? From reading the book "Sale of a Lifetime" by Harry S. Dent, he basically outlined that every 10 years the bubble pops for real estate, for example. So that goes to show you that there's patterns that are happening, that are patterns that are basically all around the market, inside and out. And the reason why that is because us human beings, we are creatures of habits. Those habits form patterns in the market. And so when we get to see familiar patterns appear in the market, we could get a better idea as to what the market may just do. Now, one of the things that's extremely important to understand is that trading involves risk, including some or all of your initial investment, right? So it's very important that you really get the learning part out before you dive deep into it. You don't want to just, rush in, right? Because fools really rush in when it comes to trading, and it requires a different mentality, right? So as we are trading, as retail traders, we are taking calculated risks as opposed to someone who's at a casino who's basically going 100% by chance, right? We're not going by chance. This is not a casino. This is not gambling. This is day trading. This is us taking calculated risk. We're analyzing the market. We're seeing what's up. And based on our analysis, all right, we go based on that. We make a prediction if the market is going to go up or down, right? And so one of the things that I see over here is Euro USD. I see that it reached a high, you can see the low, and you notice a couple of different things. So for example, if we're looking at the daily low, like right over here, okay, let me just put a white horizontal line on it. Okay, notice that it's been touched again, right? And if we go and look at the highs, all right, we could kind of see where the market is testing these highs. So in between this high and in between this low, we know the market most likely is going to stay consolidating right around this area for the most part. Now, there's other factors that come into play, such as news and whatnot. And so what we do before we actually trade anything is we go and check out the economic calendar just to make sure there's no updates that could potentially interfere with our trade. Now, since before the session, the last economic update already happened, 7:30 p.m. with the Australian dollar. It was a high impact update. But because what was forecasted, all right, ended up being the actual data that was released, this really wasn't a big move for AUD at all. So we don't know the direction it's going to go in until the actual data hits, and then we could go based on that. But in this example, because there are no news updates right now, we're good to go. It is Tokyo/Sydney session. There's 4 sessions that go on every single day. You have London session, which means that the euro, British pound, some other currencies are popping at that time, right? New York session begins at 8 a.m. in the morning. This is when the USD and the Canadian dollar is popping. And if you're trading exotics, the Mexican peso is popping as well at that time if you're into exotic currencies. And when we get into the Sydney and Tokyo session, AUD, JPY, and NZD are popping. If you're into exotic currencies, you may have some others. Okay, so look, man, this is incredible opportunities that are presenting itself every single day in the market. And so our goal is that we get on here, we identify potential opportunities, and we talk about it. We make sure what's up. And also, if I'm gonna take a trade, if I'm gonna make a move, you're actually gonna see me do it in real time, right? Which I think it's a great way to really learn. The learning is in the doing. And so if you're not doing, you could at least learn by shadowing, which is a term used mostly in sales, especially in New York. Uh, and so, okay, right over here, we're looking at Euro USD. We see that this is going down, reached this high, started going down from this point. It's about to hit this low. But due to the fact that it is not London session, let's go and take a look at JPY. So we see USD JPY. Let me click on one of my alerts over here, and it's going to pop just like that. All right, let's go. Let's take a look at it from a 1 hour chart. Each candle represents what price is done in a matter of 1 hour. So it gives me a good bird's eye view as to where the market is dropping and where the market is rising, right? So then I could quickly just make some moves, and we'll go into some lessons a little later. I'll give you access to a free video course just for you attending the session, right? Which I think will be valuable for you. Okay, and so right over here, something very simple, and then we'll go down. We could go down from here. You could notice like little slight, patterns that will just appear. Support, resistance, trend lines. Trend lines are basically moving support or resistances, and it has some of the same characteristics. So if a trend line is broken, the market usually tests on the other side and then it'll deflect. So, you have some of the same kind of characteristics that go on with, regular support and resistance. All right. And whenever you see something like this, like triangular patterns, appear in the market, if you're looking at where the market is basically finding some support, you'll see sometimes there's these flag patterns or these triangular patterns that will appear, and usually it's 5 touches to it before it breaks out. So think of something that's nervous and it's getting into a corner. Eventually, it's just going to freak out, right? So it's either going to break to the north or break to the south. We're about to see in a couple of moments. We can't see, some slight resistance right there. We are in the 1 hour, so when we bring it down to a lower time frame, we're going to dwindle this down just a little bit more. Okay, so let's bring it down to 30-minute. All right, as you can see, certain levels are still kind of being respected. Let's bring it to the 15-minute. Okay. All right, I can safely determine that right over here is a very interesting sell area. Let's bring it, let's make a rectangle. You could use lines, but you could also use rectangles as well to represent an area. So this area that I'm highlighting right now would represent an area where price just happens to be dropping. All right, price just happens to be dropping, right? This area. So right over here, Okay. And so you can kind of put two and two together as to what's going on. You start seeing these things, appear. And so right over here, I would be anticipating a sell. So this is the 150.060 range, right? So that's what this is what I would determine. Let me put a call out over here. It's right over here. The 150.060 range. All right, we're gonna call this a sell zone. All right, and so I'll be interested in taking sells right in this area, right over here. Okay. Now in binary options is a way of trading that's based on time, and I'm going to give you a real example right now. Okay, so when I'm trading based off time, right, and I'm doing my analysis on a chart. Okay, I'm looking at this on a 15-minute. Let's bring it down to a 5-minute chart. Okay. All right, you see it's getting a little tighter. If we bring it down to a 1-minute chart, okay. When the market eventually gets to my sell zone, I'm going to be interested in taking a trade. And so that trade could last anywhere between 1 to 5 minutes based on that, because I'm going to go based on the time frame of my chart. I usually give it 3 candles. So if it's in my area and I determine, hey, look, this thing is going to drop, I'm going to give it 3 candles for it to make it smooth. And so we're on a 5-minute time frame. That means each candle represents, all right, what prices doesn't matter 5 minutes. I'm going to give this 15 minutes because that would be 3 candles. I'm going to give this 15 minutes for it to do its thing and clear. Now, let me just show you how it works when you're doing a real quick trade. Let's do USD and let's do a 1-minute trade, okay? So if I go in for a quick sell, all right, if I go in for a quick sell, even a quick buy for that matter, okay, now you're going to see, all right, you have a buy and you have a sell right over here. Now, if the market, okay, clears the buy, so in other words, the market is above the buy by the time expiration, that's a clear. And in the sell, if the market is below the sell by the time expiration, that's a clear as well. So because there's 2 trades here, there's going to be 1 winner. Most likely there's only going to be 1 winner, right? Because I sandwiched it pretty good. This is why I call binary trapping, all right? We're going to see which one's going to win. One is going to win or both. Let's see. Let's see which one. Okay. So 1-1, all right? So the buy actually won, all right, in this situation. We had to buy that one. And so I didn't even know I was risking this much, but basically in one of the buys, right? Well, there was only one buy. In the buy, what was risked was 7,500. And so what happens is when you win the trade, you get that 7,500 back plus 63% in raw profit, which is a total payout of $12,000 and some change. That's how that works, right? When we have one winner, one loser, it basically cancels out. But this was just for illustrating, it was just for visual learning purposes. All right. In a situation like that, there's usually going to be one winner. If you get 2 winners doing a successful binary trap, then that's even better. But when we are taking calculated risk, we're being very careful with what we're doing. So I'm only interested in a sell once it gets to this area. Is it going to get to this area by the end of our session? Maybe, maybe not, but at least you have that knowledge, right? And so what I do in this situation is I put out a trade idea, right? If we're not going to do it in real time, I'll put out a trade idea. And let me show you what that looks like, because I want to show you, the systems that I put together, the systems that, is working behind the scenes. Okay. All right. And so this is my back system. Okay. when I get up in here and I send a trade idea, if I know a trade is not going to be ready during the course of a live session. So, for example, I'll put it out here for Forex, even though this is going to work for binary too. We're preparing for a sell. This is USD JPY. Okay. All right. This is an active trade entry point. All right. Let's go back to the charts. Let's go look at the data. 150.060. Okay. 150.060. All right. And if we're going to do a regular Forex trade, let's keep it simple. Okay. So because it's a sell, all right, I'm going to look for a short position tool. Short is another word for sell. So the short position tool is gonna tell me, okay, it's gonna show me visually the measurements that I'm looking for. So let me bring this in a little bit. I am willing to risk, okay. Let's go for, let me pinch this little down. All right, I'm gonna go for a 10 pip risk. All right, let's keep it simple. A 10 pip risk in order to get a 20 pip gain. All right, let's do this. Boom. Okay. So now there's other numbers that are highlighted. So we got 150.167 for my stop loss. A stop loss is a safety net. So you're not risking more than what you are willing to risk in the traditional Forex setting. So this is already highlighted, 150.167, 150.167, okay? And take profit. Take profit means that when the market hits that level, it'll automatically pull you out in profits, okay? And so the number we get over here is 149.867. All right. And for my binary traders, 15-minute position, because I'm basing it on a 5-minute time frame. Okay. 15-minute for binary. Okay. Put it like that. All right. And then what happens here is I send it right into my private Discord channel. So for individuals that are not on my live session, it's cool if they're not on my live session. They're still catching these trade ideas. So check this out. Let me show you. I like to show what's really good, what's really going on. Okay. So we go into the Discord. A friend of mine was supposed to help me put it together, but he kind of ditched that. Shout out to him. He know he is. So basically, whenever we put that out there, we go right over here to trade ideas. All right. And look, this was just right now, 8:59 p.m. right now. All right. So then you see, all right, everything pulled up perfectly. And so not only does this go to Discord, but guess what? This also goes to Telegram because we know that there are people, okay, that only like Telegram, and that's fine. All right. I have a group that's over 4,800, over 4,500 people, basically. All right. But I have my private group where I'm sending the signal. So I have the trade bot right over here. Okay. I got the trade bot channel literally right over here. And so what happens is whatever that goes into the Discord, in the matter of a minute or 2 minutes, you're going to see the alert pull up on the trade bot channel as well. All right. So we're going to see a pull up. All right. Usually takes like 2 or 3 minutes. It pulls up in this channel. All right. All right. Let's check back in like 1 minute. We're going to check back in 1 minute. Okay. So basically, I send out at least 2 to 5 signals on a day-to-day basis. So if you like access to these signals, knowing what I got cooking up behind the scenes, You know, there's a lot of work, a lot of analysis that goes behind the scenes, binary and also forex alerts. If you want access to some of that, type 777 in the chat. I like to see who you are. Dope. We got quite a few people, on here. That's dope. Okay, so yeah, literally we have a lot of amazing systems that's really, coming together, and this is only going to get crazier as time goes on. Let me exit out of this Telegram real quick, and let me get back into it. All right, so Discord and also Telegram, these alerts are basically pumping. And so the most popular session, I'm gonna be honest with you, is New York session. So I'm moving everything to New York session because obviously, late night, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, people want to kick back, relax, watch some TV, watch some Netflix, do what they do, watch, streaming service or whatever it is. It's prime time, okay? It's prime time. All right. So I don't want to ruin that prime time for my American crowd, my Americans in the East Coast. But I think New York session, even for my individuals internationally, it is probably more volatile than the London session. London session used to be the one everyone was excited about. So you have a bunch of us from New York and New Jersey, just kind of staying up 3 a.m. in the morning, staying up for a couple of hours at night just to get in some good trades because the market was really volatile at the time. I believe a shift has happened, and I believe that shift is now the New York session. I believe the New York session is the most popular session for Forex right now. And so I'm moving, things over to that session, but this is just to give you an idea of what's really good, what's really going on behind the scenes. And so, this could continue to consolidate. Consolidation is basically when the market is zigzagging between a high point and a low point until it breaks out of that level and go test new levels. This is going to continue to consolidate, but whenever it gets to this sell zone, all right, just be prepared, get ready. Use the forex position that I literally just gave you, and you'll be good to go with that. Let me activate this real quick. Let me go in here, and yeah, there we go. Okay, boom. So right over here, all right, the same exact alert that we got on Discord, we got over here. Now, nobody, and I mean nobody, has access to the trade bot. All right, this is an open discussion trade bot, and it's connected to the trade bot channel on Telegram. So no one has access to that. The 9 subscribers that you see there are, my close partners that are kind of, looking at things from the testing perspective and whatnot. But no one has access to that yet. You can get access to that though. So if you go over here to mineonbillions.pro and you hover your mouse on trading, okay, you could click on the Telegram or the Discord, wherever you want to get your trade ideas. And with that, I'm going to give you access to the AI charts as well. So the AI is pumping signals, and it has the chart widget right over here. And listen, I have a few strategies. So whenever you click on any one of the strategies, the chart will change. It will change to fit that strategy. And so we got videos that go with it too. So when you come down here, all right, you get access to all these videos that I put together. Okay. And if you go down a little lower, you start to see more of the chart lessons, where I break down different types of indicators, momentum-based indicators, scalping-based indicators, volume-based indicator, all kinds of stuff. So I break a lot of stuff down to you guys, and I think you will really like that. So yeah, it's really simple. So once you opt into any of the Telegram or the Discord groups, I'm gonna make sure that you have access to the AI chart as well. I don't want to be the guy that just says, "Yo, look, you know, come opt into my thing. I'll send you signals, but I won't teach you." I don't believe that. I believe that when we give a person a fish, we feed them for a day. That's basically sending signals, okay? But when you teach a person how to fish, right, you feed them for a lifetime. And that's more of the mentality. But to take it beyond that, some of you know this. So I've been saying it for years. But what we're looking to do really is to teach people how to buy the pond so they can feed their families for generations. See, it's a different type of ball game. We want you to own your piece of real estate in the Forex market. Okay. $5.5 trillion a day market. I mean, even if you claim 0.00001% of it on a monthly basis, you will live a life that 99.9% people just won't ever live. And that's just the truth. That's just the bottom line. So learning to trade is a very formidable tool, is a very amazing thing. So traditional forex, you could go to swaysetup.com to set up for regular forex trading, or dotrade.com. So let me show you how that looks like. All right, so let's go over here to incognito window. All right, so for time-based trading, just go over here to dotrade.com. All right, literally just go over here to dotrade.com. I'm gonna show you right now in a second. I got you right now. I got you right now, as a matter of fact. All right, so dotrade.com is for time-based trading. All right, what I recommend that you do, okay, what I recommend you do, I'm gonna turn on the chat in a second, guys. But what I recommend you do, if you haven't done so already, go to dotrade.com, okay, and click on sign up. All right, and fill out the registration form. You don't have to fund anything right now. All right, so it's completely free to register, okay, and sign up, okay? Now, on Sway Setup, go to swaysetup.com. Swaysetup.com, and this is for regular Forex. Let me put this in there. All right, swaysetup.com is for regular Forex. So once you click, once you enter swaysetup.com into your web browser, all right, it's going to bring you to the registration form, okay? First name, last name, email, etc. Same thing of what you would do with DoTrade. All right. So first name, last name, surname is last name. Check the stuff, and you're good to go. So registering is absolutely free. It's not going to cost you anything. So register and navigate in the platform. Just do that. What's easy to do, it's easy not to do. So those links that I just put in chat, just click on it and just register. You don't have to pay for anything right now. Just click on it and register, so you kind of get familiar with how the platform is, okay? Which I think it's really incredible. Now, for those of you that want in with the Discord and Telegram, very simple. Just go over here to mineonbillions.pro, okay? Mineonbillions.pro. All right. And then hover your mouse on trading, and then you get access to the Telegram or the Discord. Okay. So let me see if I could just copy the link there. Okay, copy link address. So this one is for the Telegram. Okay. All right. And you don't, so it's $50 a month to get access to my signals, but you don't have to pay for both. So as long as you pay for one of them, whether it's the Telegram or Discord, it's $50. I'm gonna give you access to both if you want. So that's fine. That's Telegram, and this is the Discord one. I know certain individuals prefer Discord while others prefer Telegram. So either or. But if you get either or, any one of them, all right, I'm going to give you the AI charts access, and I'm going to give you Discord and Telegram access. So it's just $50 a month, really, right? So what I say is this: try it for the first month. If you don't make more than $50, then forget about it. Forget about it. Say that my shit sucks. Tell the world that my shit sucks, and you're good to go. It's $50, right? What's the most you could lose? But I do know one thing. If you opt in, right, and you're applying the signals that we're sending, and you're learning and earning as you go, there's no way you're going to make less than $50 in a single month. I mean, 30 days, there's no way. I mean, this is honestly just my confidence. I find it an absolute impossibility for you to make less than $50 in a month following this system. What is system? SYSTEM. Save yourself time, energy, and money. It's very simple. It's not going to break your pockets. And if you're a part of RFX already, just let me know. You don't have, I got y'all with that, because that is a project that I'm launching. And whoever's already a part of it can show me proof of it. They get access to the system for free. But bottom line, guys, this is something that's 100% incredible. And I know, I know it is like an impossibility that you don't make no more than $50 in your first month rocking with your boy. I mean, listen, this is not about a $50 transaction. I ain't thirsty for $50, but I do understand the value of what I have. And unfortunately, people don't appreciate free. So once you actually pay your dues and you see what's really going on, there's no way you can't level up. That's just the bottom line, right? So so I gave you access to to these different links. Take advantage of it. Again, what's easy to do is easy not to do. Some of you are going to be here and be like, you know what? I'll do that later. I'll do that later. I'll do that later. It'll get into the back of your mind. You leave it in the back burner, and then you forget about it. But what's going to happen is you're leaving money on the table because there are opportunities that are presenting itself every single day. Every single day, you're leaving money on the table by you not plugging into the system, right? So do yourself the biggest favor you've ever done for yourself this whole week and go opt in, all right? So dotrade.com, register for the binary broker. Swaysetup.com, register for the regular Forex broker. And mineonbillings.pro to get access to these systems, the AI charts, as well as the signals for just one price, $50 per month. Not going to kill you. Try it for the first month. You don't like it, all good. Say I suck. Tell all your friends that I suck, and keep it moving. I'm confident that you're going to absolutely love it. All right. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Get back to watching those amazing live stream shows that you don't want to miss on. Right now, I'm watching Tulsa King, right? Tulsa King is fire. It's Sylvester Stallone is the main character in this TV series. And he plays a mafia guy who just did 25 years, just got released, right? And his New York family tells him, look, New York is already tapped out, but Tulsa, Oklahoma is all yours. So of course, Sylvester Stallone, he rebels. He's like, what is it over there? Like, you got me going to the countryside, whatever. And then he hits Tulsa, and then it's like, it's crazy. It's insane. It's really insane. It's a good show. Sylvester Stallone is a great actor. So, I'm watching that, and I'm about to go watch it right now. So anyway, love you guys. Stay blessed. Take care. Peace out. I'll see you guys tomorrow.